All right.
Good luck to you, and Godspeed, I say.
Godspeed.
Mm-hmm.
In studio, I don't know why, Colin Quinn.
Colin.
I'm here because I'm lonely and I'm insomniac.
You're an insomniac now, too?
Nah, but, I actually have to leave. I'm jetting out today to Vegas.
Where are you? Vegas?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I'm doing the Palms.
The Palms. Nice.
But let me promote next week. I'm doing Caroline's with Keith Robertson, I think his name is.
Oh, my God.
I scored him last night.
That's
During
a huge
Jim's big night out.
That's a huge score.
I think Jim hit it best when somebody said drop it, and I said Keith dropped it. And Keith goes, I dropped what? And Norton goes, the ball in 1989.
You're doing Caroline's next weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Next Thursday through Sunday or whatever?
And this is a message. Please, Lady Di and Marion, I love you. Don't show up, you ruined last.
Oh. Hi, Colin. Hi.
As I walked on stage, the whole crowd was like, ah!
Yeah, frightened.
Well, because they like to wave at their comedian friends
screaming,
while you're trying to do your act.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why we call them retard Laverne Shirley.
Yeah.
No way to miss Marion's hair out there in the crowd. You just
Exactly.
look. All
Come
it needs is
sail
like,
away.
Yeah.
She looks like Dennis DeYoung or Viking from Bad Boys.
Viking.
That's right.
I want to get her in here and just get a football helmet face guard and some Jets decals and just slap it on the side of that hairdo. Because I bet it would look very authentic. Seahawks. It would look very authentic.
That's
Face
funny.
mask.
Yeah, so Colin just kind of stumbled into the office as we were preparing today.
Got an umbrella. You look like an English gentleman walking in.
Well, look at that awful thing, speaking of England.
Yes. Our brethren over there in England.
Yeah, well,
one guy that has our back.
Right.
we're watching the coverage as we speak, and it looks awful.
Lots of explosions.
Poor Tokyo Rose.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stand her.
So what's the deal? A series of blasts in London's transportation system. That's all we know so far.
Down in what they call the tubes. The tubes. It's called a subway. What's with their wacky... Speak English over there. Could you help us out? It's the tubes. And some explosions there. And then on their wacky double-decker buses, they've had some explosions on those. One bus they showed ripped apart. The whole upper level was gone. They're talking about some casualties, people dead,
What
injured.
about you were saying today about what the news here is going to do?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're taping the news, and we're hoping our faithful listeners will help us out all over the country because they will make this a local story.
Oh, of course. Bombing on London subways and trains. How safe is our transportation system? We'll let you know. Oh, you just want to reach through the screen and choke somebody.
And they don't even have subways in Iowa, but they'll still do the same story.
Buses,
Yeah.
They'll figure out a way to make it local to everyone so we could all be scared today.
One thing I'm learning...
Fertilizer in your Iowa field capable of exploding.
Yes. Cornfields exploding. They have cameras everywhere. That's what I'm learning here about England. They're showing closed-circuit TV. Every road, every sidewalk, everywhere. You're being recorded.
Well, that's great.
On something.
Don't they have that so something like this doesn't
Don't
happen?
they have it? Where's the guy putting the bombs in the buses?
Right.
Where's that
Isn't that
video?
the reason that they want to watch us 24 hours a day?
I'm sure he looks like...
It was suicide bomb.
You think it was suicide? I think
No.
I think they can find that out pretty quickly, and no one said anything yet about it. No speculation here. We got Fox News, the alarmist news on. I was listening to CNN because I have XM satellite radio. Opie.
That's the beauty of the satellite radio.
And I was listening to 1010 Winds, which is your regular AM, your amplitude modulation frequency on my radio, driving in. And I wasn't getting the information I wanted. Wasn't enough. I'm hearing, ball scores and stuff, and there's, meanwhile, bombs going off in England. So I quickly switched to XM and take 15 minutes going through 120 channels to try to find the fucking CNN or some news goddamn channel.
Well, if you knew the service, it would be very easy
I don't
to
know
find.
the service, and why do I have to know? Can't it be easy? Can't there be a search feature somewhere where I put C in and CNN comes
How
up?
about you preset some channels?
I only have so many presets. My whole one is taken up with, I have top tracks, I have the 60s, 70s, 80s, I have Ethel, I have 90s, I have New York traffic. And then on the other one, I have Ethel, Mrs. Trumbull, Ricky, Fred,
Everyone knows it's channel 122, Anthony.
You do not. You just looked over and Eric put it up on the... It's 122. 122?
Yeah.
I started at our channel because I knew it was high up somewhere.
Right.
So I had to go from 202 down 100 channels.
No, they're not hiding CNN where they hide us.
By that time, it was done. It was old news. You're talking about crumpets.
You don't think that they thought 202 was just a nice channel?
Oh, please.
Number for us. It was strategically done to hide us.
Well, 201 is remixes of Clay Aiken.
Yeah, they surround us with shit no one wants to hear.
Right.
I have a question, too. If you put in the search function and you put in C, do you think CNN and then CNT, which is the Lifetime channel, would pop up?
So I was looking for CNN,
Yeah.
and I got Fox News, and just the alarmist, speculating Fox News. They had no information, really, and a bunch of people without the English accent talking about what could happen, what might happen, and then I finally find CNN, and you have the English accent people from England talking about what they're seeing. So I'd rather go to CNN.
Well, know what I did on the way in? I was also listening to the coverage on XM Satellite.
Oh,
Radio
you were
on Deep Tracks, Anthony.
on Deep Tracks.
And they went very deep into the story.
Did
and,
they play some Pink Floyd?
and it turns out that the tracks very deep in the ground were not affected.
Oh, Deep Tracks, the
Yes.
subway system.
Yeah, see, I went the other way with that.
You zigged.
Meanwhile, Norton comes in here like, oh, what happened? Something in London?
No,
Yeah,
I
you
walked
had
in.
no
up, you had
clue.
no idea.
I didn't. Why would I
idea.
walk in going, what happened? Something in London.
What's the matter?
You take off your shades.
What?
It's raining. It's the most overcast day.
He walks
And
in.
he walks in with shades at 6 in the morning.
Can't help it. I want to be recognized and bothered.
Fine,
You know how it is. I'm
somebody on the
fancy and
street.
popular.
Colin just looks at him and goes, "It's raining out and it's nighttime."
He's just jealous because he can't find sunglasses that fit around that fat skull.
Shut up, you dinosaur, little baby pinhead. Dino Spot's head.
He was just destroying you before you got here.
I know. There's nothing worse than when you walk in and then you look in the glass and you see stupid Colin leaning and then you two just laughing and looking as I walk in. I'm like, yuck.
But you
You know it's not. Here comes our friend Jimmy Norton.
Colin made it okay to have a big head today. Because obviously he has a big head. But
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I know I have a big head. Who cares? And then he decides to talk
look
about
at
how
his little
awful
baby
your
head.
your head is.
It's cute. His small head, though.
He says he has a little, what did you say? A little...
Dinosaur baby head.
Right.
A pinhead.
Dino.
Yeah, it looks like Dino from the Flintstones. He's got spots like Dino on his head.
I happen to resent that.
Why don't you get those colored in? Different colors on the liver spots. Come on.
Don't you have a U.S. Air flight to catch to Vegas?
The biggest insult of all from this idiot, because he goes up every gig with that serious, mock serious tone, like anybody is that worried about him. Oh, Continental. It's got to be Continental, or I'm not going.
Youngest fleet in the nation.
Yes. Well, next to JetBlue, but I'm talking of the majors, of course.
Those are the majors. The ones you can get first class in also.
Absolutely.
JetBlue, all, everything's fine and dandy with JetBlue, but try to get a first class seat.
I hope this is not taken the wrong way, but I hope you're on a Continental flight and you get blown to smithereens.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
Wow. Colin, we'll probably all be sharing that flight.
Yes.
No, you won't.
Unless you mean blown in the good way. Some chick just leans over. I enjoy you.
Oh, Colin sent me.
And she
Allah Akbar.
yeah. Gets a mouthful of smithereens.
Did I tell you about the... You want to hear it first? Did I tell you guys about the... I swear to you, and this is not... I'm not making it up. About a month ago, I go to LaGuardia. The lady checking me is wearing like a Islam... Not like a burqa, but like an Islamic top.
Oh, boy.
She's reading a book. I promise. I swear on anybody... my mother... She's reading a book that says... While she's checking... Women... and Islamic law regarding fatwa. Fatwa, the death warrant.
Oh, my God. Stop it.
Is that hilarious?
You are kidding.
No, I swear to God.
How is she allowed to do that? That is alarming the passengers.
You know?
That would alarm the passengers.
That's amazing.
I know.
Like she's not going to let a few things slide, perhaps.
Yeah.
You know
With
what?
a
Can't you
fatwa.
read Louis Grizzard?
Yeah. Or that other famous Islamic book, Clits and Why They're Overrated.
How to dig them out with a spade shovel.
That's horrific.
Oh,
that's classic.
wow. That would... I wonder
Yeah.
if somebody said something to her. After you, of course. You're just as big a pussy as we are.
I was like,
You should have said something like, hey,
You still got
I
on
don't
that
like
flight,
that.
though, I bet.
I sure as heck did, because I figured, what are the odds?
what are the odds? What if we
The
stop
guy-
getting on?
They stopped the guy in front of me because they said no smoking. So he said, leave my shoes out of this.
fatwa.
Do you think Bruce Kelly's crying over the bombing?
No, he's crying over the Who. He's hoping the Who is okay. They weren't in the subway or on the bus. Something like that. As long as the magic bus is okay. That didn't blow up, right?
By the way, I hope someone pointed out that we blew it yesterday. First of all, we don't even remember being here.
I don't remember the last hour of the show, and I'm not kidding.
We really don't.
Or anything. I was so goddamn tired.
We shouldn't take 4 days off in a row. I mean, we had the weekend and then a couple extra days. It just throws us into the regular schedule thing again. Anthony admitted to me in the back office. He goes, dude, I don't even remember the last hour of the show.
I got up and walked to the parking garage. When I was on the sidewalk, I'm walking, and I was in such a daze, I got passed walking by one of those shuffling homeless guys with a big backpack on that do like 0.1 mile per hour down the sidewalk. I couldn't move.
By the way, can I say one thing about the homeless on this block?
Yes.
That fat idiot on the corner. He's been there for like 2 years.
The guy with the big pot belly sticking out of his shirt?
Yes, he's right under the thing.
Yeah.
One day I'm walking there with a woman, and he goes, Saturday Night Dead. He heckles me while he's hungry.
You were heckled by that guy?
And I go, fuck you fat pig. I told him I'm yelling back at a homeless fat guy. Fuck you, fat pig.
You got heckled by a homeless guy.
Yeah, Saturday Night Dead. He yells it at me as I'm walking by.
Great. You motherfucker.
It's the middle of the day. He had no shirt on. He was fat. It was hot.
We love our homeless around here. They're
that guy.
They're classic.
That guy's laying down there today. His pants were down so low, you could see the fat over his dick, his upper dick fat was hanging out of the top of his pants. And then, for some reason, it's a big thing for everyone to hose down the sidewalks here in the city in the morning.
Yeah.
So one guy was bringing the hose out, and the hose just went right over the guy, and the guy with the hose didn't even care. Like, he pulled the hose, it went right over the sleeping homeless guy with the big gut.
Speaking of...
that defines New York right there.
They just don't care.
Yeah, they care more about their stupid sidewalk than...
Clean it off.
Than a homeless person
hose him down.
Speaking of fat guts hanging out, we went to visit Robert Kelly last night. He was pretty
fat. How's Bob? How's his leg?
It was he's in bad shape, but it was funny on stage last night because he slammed me and then I slammed him. But while he was being slamming Bob Kelly on stage, he goes, "Yeah, he's just laying there like a fat Hawaiian. I want to go to his house and shove an apple in his fat pig mouth."
Then we visited him. He did look pretty fat.
He did look pretty fat.
He has a haircut. He has a haircut like a Sling Blade haircut. I swear to God, it's really the worst haircut I've ever seen. So he just had that little bit on the back, like a weird.
Yeah, I heard that Colin was telling us that he was kind of like doing you on stage last night at the Cellar or something. You were like...
I was doing the pretentious pause, the profound teacher on stage.
The profound teacher.
Yes, Norton's got a little bit far now, and then when he went up, idiotically he hadn't watched my set, which is bad as a comedian. He should be studying the master.
Why would I? I wanted to stay awake.
And then and then when he went up, he actually did it even worse than usual. He goes, I moved to a new apartment. And it's like, the crowd's like, time is money. These are 10-minute sets. We paid for a certain finite amount. And new apartment. And it's like, Then he started slamming me, and they loved it. He started imitating me on stage, going, I
just leaned against the wall and mumbled. Like a self-important idiot who you couldn't quite understand, but you knew was saying something remotely funny.
No, see, but I'm self-important, but at least I'm hurrying through my set. You're standing there like, breathing in the air. You know what I mean? Like you're standing on a balcony in some South American dictatorship. People. You really are becoming a pompous ass.
I have to pause when I'm testing material. I always go very, very slow. That's how I do it. Yeah. I don't know how you do it, but that's how I do it.
Ooh.
Nice and slow.
Ooh. I missed that one, damn it.
Still very funny.
Never get out at night.
What?
I would love to watch the shenanigans that take place between you characters.
I always know.
That's the fun time.
When I'm going on after him, and I walk through the bathroom, I walked through the club last night, he just went, ugh! And the crowd just laughed. I'm like, all right, I know there was some shit talking going on.
Because they all know us by now.
Of course. So when I walk on after him, I'm like, was he bad-mouthing me? And the whole crowd's like, yes.
Yeah, they rat him out right away. No loyalty.
Hey, the listeners want the craziest updates on this show. Let's go to Charlie the Trucker. Charlie, you need an update.
Yes, I was wondering whatever happened to that turd that's sitting in the corner of the parking garage.
Ah, the homeless turd. Yeah, I was keeping track of this thing. About, I guess it's been probably 4 months now. When I went to the parking garage one day, there was a fresh, big log that a homeless guy had just taken a dump right there. And you could tell what he did when the garage, the big grate, the big door in front of the garage was shut when they're closed. They closed that door. He used that to prop his back against and take the dump kind of in the corner. So as I'm walking in, I look, and it's fresh. It's right there, and you could tell it's not an animal. Well, it is an animal, but of the human variety. And it was there. So now for 4 months, I've been looking at it every day and watching it decompose to the point where it just turned into this dry, almost paper-looking, like onion paper shredded type of thing. And I got to tell you, whoever asked that question, needing this turd on the street update, it is pretty much now just fragments, little pieces of it that are sitting there waiting to just blow away with the wind.
Just the string remains.
The string?
That was very poetic, though.
Yeah, there was nothing. It's almost like charred corn husk is laying there now.
Just a stringy,
just a little stringy consistency
materials left. That's about
from
it.
that fine meal that I'm sure he grabbed out of a dumpster somewhere. Mm-hmm. That's it.
We got lots to do today on the show. Paul Field and his wife are coming in to do the news at 8 a.m.
Isn't he an English gentleman?
Yes, he is.
Maybe he can have some insight on this story out of England.
He and his wife do all my merchandise, and they're very, very capable, qualified people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'll be awful.
No dipping into the till with them? You can trust them?
Yeah, no, I think that they're pretty legit. Yeah, let's hope so.
It's pretty wild business, that T-shirt and video and stuff like that.
Well, not my merchandise. It's pretty simple.
I don't know. Yeah,
shirts.
You know, money's made, money's given to you. Who knows where some of it goes, perhaps?
It's all done out of an account, all out of a PayPal account. We both go into the same account.
It is.
I have a complete list of all transactions, and I think they're very honest.
I'm not accusing them.
Let's hope.
I'm not accusing them. I'm just saying, you can watch yourself.
I've sold.
They're more honest than you selling that drivel.
Well, it was very accurate.
That you call merchandise implies a necessity.
It happens to be very, very popular stuff. I can't help it. Look, you want to go to eatabullet.com or jimnorton.net? Can't go to jimnorton.com because of the slopes that fucking own it in Hong Kong.
Stop, leave me alone. I am off machine.
That's who owns it?
Hong Kong?
Yeah, it was some guy in Florida, and that had jimnorton.com. I talked to Bob yesterday, and he did what he could. It was just, and it was bought by these fucking cyber squatters in Asia, and I fucking hate them.
Why would they buy Jim Norton?
Because they're awful, savage, rotten people, and that's what they do. They
buy Jim Norton.
They bought my name.
We buy Jim Norton.
Yeah.
Everybody locking.
They probably thought it was the steakhouse. Those fucking non-English speaking dummies.
Look, guys, I got to get out of here. I
Colin.
I got to catch my flight. I got to go.
Yeah.
But thanks for ruining my big serious radio thing. It was Infinity. I made a mistake.
It was Infinity I had a meeting with. Okay.
But they broke it off anyway.
What are you going to be, David Lee Roth's sidekick?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Diamond, I'm going to call him.
Diamond Dave.
The Diamond and Colin Show.
Rumor is Diamond Dave taking over for Howard on K-Rock in New York.
That will be a disaster.
Oh, exactly. Shut up.
I was telling Colin in the back office, like, these guys that are celebrities to begin with that go on the radio, they don't understand what they're getting into. They think it's easy. And then when you start realizing you got to come up with 20 hours of original material a week,
you probably have a great
time. Lose it.
Like, you probably have a great time thinking this is going to be the greatest, easiest gig ever. And then a week goes by, 2 weeks, and you're going, wait, I got to still do this?
Right.
I thought, I had 2 weeks. I came up with stuff, and now I got to come up with more every day.
And your listeners don't care if you had a great show, because now you have to worry about tomorrow.
No, they'll be telling old Van Halen stories and bad mouthing Sammy Hagar.
We should get a list of celebrities that try to do radio. And you'll see it's just a disaster, an absolute disaster.
David Lee Roth can talk, though. Like, he's one guy who can just yap. I've seen him at the Cellar. He can go. So he might have a shot compared to most
I've interviewed him over the years. He's very entertaining.
You guys going to do it?
No.
First of all, let me explain one thing about comedy. Principle one. Nobody wants to hear your positive, uplifting message.
Exactly.
You know something nasty to say.
Right.
Shut your trap. Anyway, guys, as I was saying, serious is very serious. About me and Infinity. Well,
there was Infinity, so it wasn't serious.
It was the wrong network. I don't know what goes on in the world.
Wow.
The wrong technology, dummy.
Yeah.
You were off by 80 years.
What? What happened?
Satellite.
Let's say hi to Dave in Jersey. Dave?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I was just wondering whatever happened with Paul the pilot.
I guess we're doing random updates today, Anthony.
What did happen to Paul? We know he was in a pretty bad car wreck.
He was in a horrific car wreck. He was in a coma for a very long time, and he ended up calling us saying he's okay and that he was going to fly again.
Yeah.
Good. I hadn't heard anything.
And we were getting email from people. We were getting email from people basically saying the guy wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
But one day he did call us out of the blue, and it sounded like he was doing much better, and that he was planning on flying again. So, and that was the last we heard.
Good. When are we going to see some wild bandits again?
Well, we'll have to try to hunt him down, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right, Dave.
Bunching out.
Colin, do you want to just leave again?
Yeah, I'm leaving. Guys, take care of yourselves. This is my last time on. I've got my new Infinity Radio show.
Colin's like when Frank used to show up on Carson.
Yeah.
You know, he'd just pop in, sit on the couch, talk a little, and then you think he's going to just slide over?
Yeah.
And let, George Goebel sit down and have an interview? No, he's getting up. He's leaving.
He's too busy.
Right.
He's got things to do.
I got a flight to go. I'm opening at the Sands.
I got to go to the pub. I got a big gig.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of filming a movie. He's got to go right there.
Got to go.
Yeah.
Norton's like Frank, too. Frank Gorshin, that is, dead.
That's exactly what you should leave on.
You're rude today, you said that to me.
He's got his umbrella.
Look at him.
Dude, see you later.
That is the worst umbrella I've ever seen.
But it's a nice shirt in 1967. Beat it, stupid.
That umbrella could cover a family of 6 as you're walking down the sidewalk. What?
What's that?
One of those assistants gave me an empty CD of those things I took yesterday.
An empty CD case?
Yeah.
What was the CD called? Colin's Greatest Hits? Beat it.
Beat it, kid.
There he goes. Colin Quinn, everyone.
Colin was here. We got in the office, 6:15, and Colin was here.
He was already here.
I saw him last night, and he goes, I'm going to come in every day until it's uncomfortable.
Mission accomplished.